It's day 2 of the Disney Adventure Maiden Voyage and welcome back to the vlog series. I'm starting my day walking around deck 18 to see the sunrise. You can grab coffee from deck 17 and enjoy as you stroll. It's a wonderful way to start the day. For breakfast, I went back to the Pixar Market restaurant. It's a buffet, a bit like Cabanas on the other Disney cruise ships. This restaurant will always be open for breakfast on all the days, and they have 2 sections serving Asian and Western breakfast staples. There were plenty of choices, but I ended up with just a very simple and light breakfast, because I got a long day ahead and I need to eat at other places too.
Whoa, where'd the line go? I'm just kidding. They're moving so fast and efficiently, I guess. And I just heard my name again. Alright, perfect.
My booking for meet and greet was in the morning, so choosing the right breakfast venue is important. The official meet and greet policy is 1 photo per group to keep things moving, but some guests probably thought that it's like other Disney parks where you can interact as long as you wish. This guest had a lot of things for Captain Minnie to do, from solo portraits to autographs and other filming on the side. She's very polite about it though, and she tried to be really fast with everything. Another thing to note about the Disney Adventure is that some meet and greets like this one, you have to book it through the Navigator app. You can only book it once for your entire cruise. So if you don't manage to book it or you missed your booking, it's gone for good. You can't walk in for meet and greets like this one, which requires a reservation. So if you don't have a booking, you can still meet characters, but they'll be the ones roving around or at the stage where it's open for all. Captain Mickey will also appear at the other side, and this also requires a separate booking. I'm coming back tomorrow to meet Captain Mickey, so let's get back to exploring the ship. The stores are open for all from day 2, 10 AM, so I'm heading there now. The queue was already very long, 30 minutes before store opening. These are the World of Disney stores. It's the same store on both sides, but they have different things in either of them, so you will need to queue up twice if you want to go on day 2 when they have this queue system. Don't miss this beautiful artwork just outside the store. It shows the ship's cross-section and the various theme zones on the Disney Adventure. Crazy town is happening. So now I'm in the store. The reason why I said crazy town just now is because there were people just scooping out everything from the golden bowls as if they were like free. There was a purchase limit for certain lines of merchandise on day 2, but on the 3rd day they lifted all the limits, so you could just buy whatever you want. These are the Maiden Voyage exclusive merchandise. They have this quite lovely mugs, this t-shirt, and then the cap. I had a hard time deciding what to buy because I don't want to end up with things that I don't use and I end up having to give or sell them away. So this ornament definitely no, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, and it's $27. Then this bag is interesting because it's reversible. If you notice, actually it says Maiden Voyage 2025, but we all knew what happened last year. And it's actually 2 designs, so it's a pretty functional bag. They have one in red also, but that doesn't come with the Maiden Voyage design. After shopping, I made it to the last show of Duffy and the Friends ship.
Hi, Shelly May. What are you making? A bracelet out of seashells. Just listen to the sound it makes.
finished. Well, almost finished.
Hey, who's going to steer the boat? I don't know quite what to do. But I do have stories I can share. You want to Yes! Once upon a time.
Story can take you to waters unknown without ever leaving the shore.
Where did you sail, Duffy?
A story can sweep you right off of your feet to places you've not been before.
We sailed all the way across the ocean.
A story transports you right from the start. If you open your mind and your heart.
There were birds flying over our heads, a beautiful breeze, and the sun was shining so brightly. I hear the birds, I feel the breeze, I see the sun. It's like we're there too.
See, that's what a story can do.
Then what happened, Duffy? Well, then...
The boat brought them gently, listened intently to Duffy's spectacular tales.
We sailed across the sea, Captain Mickey and me,
Just those guys and billowing sails.
and one day we made it all the way to the other side of the world. Wow!
As they imagined the water below, his stories enraptured them so. Oh, how they laughed, oh, how they dreamed, oh, how they smiled, and how the time flew. Yes, that's what a story can do. With every once upon a time, they wished that they could be longer. And with every computer story of mine, their friendship grew stronger.
Stronger and stronger and
Just like a story, the day has to end.
The sun is beginning to set. I wish we could stay here forever.
Memories continue and stories stay with you in ways that you'll never forget.
Maybe tomorrow we could do this again. We love hearing your stories, Duffy. Really? We do. Then tomorrow it is. You know what? I really had fun telling you about my adventures. Thank you all for listening. We're thankful for you.
Yes, that's what a story can do. It was time to go home, but just before they left,
See you tomorrow, little boat. Wait, we forgot to give our boat a name. That's right. What? And making this memory of friendship. That's what the ocean. That's what the ocean. That's what the ocean knows.
that's what it means.
To me.
It's time to eat again. The two restaurants in the Disney Imagination Garden, Grandma Tala's Kitchen and Mowgli's Eatery, these were booked out, so I went somewhere quieter, which is on the other side of Deck 10, the Disney Discovery Reef. This is Cosmic Kebabs, themed to Miss Marvel and the Avengers.
Welcome to Cosmic Kebab. Chicken shawarma or lamb shawarma?
Bye. No, I'm good. Thank you. Here's another view of the Royal Court Lounge at the Town Square area. It's quite a nice space, and they have the Princess Meet and Greet here also. Every Disney cruise ship has a special bronze statue, and over here is Snow White at the Wishing Well. It's also right next to the Spellbound Lounge, themed to the Evil Queen. You'll find an apple on every table here. And this statue here of the Evil Witch, this is part of the presentation for the Poison Apple signature drink. It's already sold out on the first day of the Maiden Voyage. So the drinks here, they are quite unique, and I basically sat down here with my friend for a while as we chill out and watch the sea through the windows. You can also get specialty coffee here with the Disney character printed on it. And now we're going back to San Fransokyo Street because we're gonna go to the Baymax cinemas to watch Hoppers. And the schedule is Hoppers for the whole day. I think we were watching Hoppers one day before its opening in Singapore. That's the cool thing about watching movies on a Disney cruise. It might be a same day launch or even just a few days before. The cinema halls are kind of small because there are 4 of them on this ship. Since we've got some time, let's visit the Duffy and Friends shop at the Disney Adventure. This is the first Duffy and Friends shop outside of the Disney parks, and also Disney Cruise Line's first Duffy shop. Apart from character-specific items, you can also find unique merch exclusive to the Disney Adventure. Across from Duffy and Friends shop is the National Geographic shop. This one I feel is a bit out of place in San Fransokyo Street, but also when I think about it, I think it's just out of place on the cruise ship on the whole. While the National Geographic brand has really strong stories, I don't think people associate those with Disney magic. Even though the ship is called Disney Adventure, but I think most of the adventures here don't really have a strong link with nature. So perhaps in the future when this ship does have shore excursions, then this shop would make sense. And now it's time for the Baymax meet and greet.
Wow, look!
I am Baymax. Greetings. I hope you can find some time for yourself today. Remember, we all need to relax and recharge.
I think this is the best meet and greet experience on the Disney Adventure because the whole setting, the whole experience is just what you would expect at a top Disney theme park. And now we are back at deck 17, actually deck 18, looking down at deck 17. This is Toy Story Place, and there's a fun water playground here as well as the big slides. It's Woody and Jesse's Wild Slides. And that's the Flying Saucer Splash Zone. This is the more vibrant and colorful part of Toy Story Place. Further up will be slightly more muted because it needs to slowly transit into the Marvel Landing section. Pim Quantum Racers broke down again because I think one of the ride vehicles collided with a wall, so the crew is trying to reset the ride vehicle. And this is the part of Marvel Landing which I felt looked the most weird because It's just giving Value Resort vibes. And when you look down to the Disney Discovery Reef, the same Value Resort vibes continue. On the second day, at least I started seeing the Ironcycle Test Run ride vehicles going around doing test cycles, but it got stuck over here for I think a good 10 minutes. And then the Goods Galaxy Spin was also doing test runs to resume operations. During the Maiden Voyage, it became quite a common sight to see the rides down due to various reasons, but I think they are working on that. And this is the Ironcycle Test Run ride vehicles running at I think a low speed. Maybe it's just for testing, or maybe this is the first round of the ride where it's running at a moderated speed. And this is the first time I've seen the PIM Quantum Racers ride doing a full cycle without any interruptions. At Marvel Landing, there's also the Infinity Bar where you can grab quite delicious hot dogs. Yes, can I have a beef hot dog?
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
How about the sauce?
Mayonnaise, please.
Mayo?
Yeah.
Is there also?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
After all the fun in the sun, it's time to head back indoors for some light activities.
Here for crafts.
The
Learn to draw.
Learn to draw.
Yes, it's on the other side.
What you can do is maybe you can sit over here because I'm going to have everything set up here.
Okay,
Yes,
good idea.
Please, go ahead. Yes.
So this is the Animator's Palate restaurant, and during the day they offer activities here from learning to draw Disney characters to doing some crafts and scrapbooking. If you love the Animation Academy attraction at Hong Kong Disneyland, then you might like Learn to Draw here also. It's not quite the same thing, but you will definitely learn how to draw a character.
So folks, as you can see, okay, so this is Learn to Draw. So here we're going to teach you how to draw each of the characters, okay? So what we're going to do is, Donald starts just like that, okay? So what you're going to do is just draw a circle, okay? So maybe towards the middle of the page, because you want to give it some space as well for his... Okay, so that's the last bit. As you can see, that's where we had to start.
And now it's time for dinner at Navigator's Club. This is quite exciting because unlike the Pixar Market one where there was actually no show, there's actually a show here, and you get to see it later on in this vlog. One fun fact, there are actually 6 rotational dining venues, but they are all paired up. So there are actually only 3 groups of restaurants or 3 pairs, and the menu is the same for each pair, mostly. Even the napkin here is really special. It's a world map, but you can find Disney characters hidden all around it. Here's a quick overview of the restaurant before the show begins.
I sure did, Sue. It's time for a celebration to begin.
Everyone is now together, everyone is here. Travelers and navigators for all the glories, oceans and mountains and stars. We're not forever sharing all the joys.
Celebrate the splendor.
Escapade more. Let's go exploring, 'cause nowhere is boring. Every small step set, excuse to go far. With a sky full of dreams, we Our journey will open the door. Let's go explore.
Navi and I were tasked by some very special friends to form this very special club right here on the Disney Adventure.
And we are honored.
Why, thank you.
Our club careers.
Hello, everyone.
Let's go exploring. We're racing, we're soaring. With every meander, we find our way home. It's time to set sail, so hold on to your tails.
Oh, Mickey, isn't this thrilling? There are so many friends here.
There certainly are. Hiya, fellow adventurers. I hope you've all...
After the show and Minnie roving meet and greet experience, then the food started coming in. Just like any other rotational dining venues, you can order as much as you want and you can try as many dishes as you wish. And Alex has another surprise for us tonight.
I always have to do some special on my table for my lovely guests. Oh, this is a bird. And that's very bad. Enjoy your dinner, Alex and Sandy. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, thank you.
Hello again, everybody. We hope that you're enjoying your dinner. Are you having a good time tonight? That is so good to hear. Navi and I wanted to make this place one where you and your family and friends could make memories that last a lifetime.
Magical! And you know what makes adventures even more magical? It's the friends we gather when we travel. That's what I love.
Oh, Mickey, that's beautiful.
Gosh, looking around the Navigators Club, seeing everybody together.
Families and loved ones.
Old friends and new ones too.
Oh boy, is it ever something to see.
We see the sights and we hear the sounds. There's so much beauty that can be found. And every story that we bring starts a new adventure, so we sing. There's something for everyone. That's more than enough. It's the friends we gather when we travel. That's what I love.
have the napkins? Get your napkins ready to pull above your heads when we give you the cue. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
Ready? Everyone twirl those napkins high in the air to take a spin around the club. That's it. What a beautiful sight. Spin around the club and keep the celebration going.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you all so much for joining us here at the Navigators Club tonight. We hope that you enjoy the rest of your time on the Disney Adventure.
And we wish you more adventures and safe journeys wherever your travels take you.
Goodbye, everyone! Bye-bye! Bye-bye now! Take care!
Goodbye, pals. See ya real soon.
And right after dinner, it's time to check into the Walt Disney Theater for the Remember show.
He would have had to have come in with an hour. Right, okay. Next time, please all come together because we need everyone to walk in. Just because we need to make sure we're perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Remember is a signature show on the Disney Adventure. It's exclusive to this ship, so you will get an assigned time slot based on your rotational dining schedule. This is a retelling of the Wall-E story with the whole of the Disney library also thrown in, so if you like Wall-E, you will enjoy this show. If you like anything Disney, you will love this show. It's essentially the whole Disney multiverse coming to life before your very eyes on a stage in this 1-hour musical, which also features a lot of puppets, a lot of live singing, so it's pretty a nice show. Don't miss this show, of course. In fact, I should have tried to request to watch it again, but I think the capacity is already maxed out. Also, they are very strict about taking photos here. They kept emphasizing that this show must be experienced live, so no photos, no videos allowed. My Remember show time was 8:30 and the show had a brief interruption. There was a slight delay, but they managed to resume it rather than cancelling the rest of the performance, so that was good. Because my rotational dining was the first seating at 6 PM, so my Remember show is the 8:30 one, which ends at 9:30, which gives me 1 hour to stake out at the upper decks for the fireworks, which starts at 10:30. Planning can get quite intense and the timings can be quite tight sometimes. You need to keep checking the Disney Navigator app for the latest schedule and updates. As you have heard from the crew member just now, the fireworks will be shot from the starboard side of the ship. So if you want a wider view of everything, you want to stand on the port side looking to starboard. But if you want to be totally immersed and be near to the fireworks, then go to the starboard side. While I was here waiting for the fireworks, I saw the crew setting up the nets on the pool to close the whole area off. The pools and the jacuzzis have fixed opening and closing hours, so don't expect them to be available all day.
Lower light levels during the show, we ask that you please watch your step and be sure to take small children by the hand. Tonight's performance of The Lion King Celebration in the Sky will begin in just a few minutes.
Just about 5 more minutes before the show starts and you can see that deck 18 is very packed. There's still some space at deck 17. Hopefully this gives you a gauge of how crowded it can get and where else to go if a place becomes too crowded.
you ever wondered, what is it about the night that invites us together? By day, we work, we play, and we run faster and farther than we knew our feet could run. But night brings a gift. When the dark sky whispers, it's time now to stop, be still, and reflect. On the day on the land, and step into the sun. There's more to see than can ever be seen. What to do that can never be done. I think of those youthful days when the sun burned so brightly, full of energy, full of possibility. The sky had no limits. I had no limits. But soon, I learned there is no adventure without obstacle, no leap without fear. And so the moment comes when you ask, what now? And when the clouds finally part, when the rain clears, we can find our way again. We can find ourselves again. But it sure is more fun with friends. But still, some days, there are no questions. without concerns. And moments you only see more darkness than light. Feel the stillness of the air. Hear the quiet hum of night.
Night and the spirit of life calling amid our there's no mountain to hear these words and full of faith.
So now, you have the gift. Feel the energy of the hand you're holding, and the loved ones by your side. In this wondrous moment, as we look to the sky, together.
Thank you for joining us for this spectacular. Please be sure to take small children by the hand and watch your step as you continue your magical voyage.
And now everyone's rushing to get out of deck 17 and 18. It's been a really long day, so I went back to my stateroom where there were some surprises waiting for me. So it's day 2, and here are the Maiden Voyage gifts. So the first one will be the comic, which they have publicized quite a bit. Comes in this binder. And you get this mystery bag, and then this is the comic. So I think they're giving this out for sailings in March. They might sell it in the store eventually. The comic basically explains the various zones and attractions available on the Disney Adventure. It's pretty cool. The other thing that came tonight is this mystery envelope that has a really cool artwork. Maiden Voyage. Yep, and the ship sailing into Singapore. A commemorative lithograph, which comes with a certificate. Yep, and then the last item is this travel set. I'm not sure whether they sell it in the store, maybe not. But essentially it comes with a wet dry bag, luggage tag set, and luggage cover set. One small and one piece medium. Alright, so this is the wet bag and this is the luggage cover set. We're going to open that for now, and then the 2 luggage tags. And interestingly, the luggage tags do state Maiden Voyage. So yeah, those are the surprises for day 2. Not sure what else will come, but maybe this is all. And this is how the Maiden Voyage gifts look like applied to actual items in this product showcase video. There's still a lot of things to see and do on the Disney Adventure. So here's a sneak peek of what's coming up in the next episode of this vlog series. From new experiences, new spaces, and new dining venues, stay tuned for the next part where you get to see some of these exciting offerings on the Disney Adventure.